Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Art Whisperer 88. On your screen is a shot of another favorite artist that I like very much, and her work has influenced me over the years. Her name is Sonia Delaunay, and the title of this piece is called Icarus. And I'm going to do a little reinterpretation of it using her choice of colors and together with my reusable stencils. So this will be quite an adventure for me, and I always like doing a reinterpretation of pieces that I like over the years. So don't go away. I'll be right back. I'm going to start with blocking out some of the areas of the print. Now the piece called Icarus is a horizontal piece, but I'm going to reimagine it as a vertical piece. So let me go ahead and do that. So I'm starting with the light blue and light green. So I start with the light blue. Then I will have a contrasting spot of color here. Okay, and then as usual I will apply my scribble marks. I think I'm coming down to my last few sheets of Somerset Textured. Okay, so this will be the first layer. And what I'm going to do is gradually work my way to darker colors like purple, dark blue, and then finally black. That will be the last layer. Now I don't know how many levels or how many pulls this is going to be because, you know, every print is an adventure. So I'll only know when I pull the paper and do a reveal. Okay, let's see what we got. Seems like the paper has stuck to the plate. Now I may have grabbed a cover sheet by mistake because there's an inspection mark here, but I think it's kind of neat because it's kind of like tells you the date that this paper was packaged. Okay, now this is an example of a pull where almost all the paint has been transferred. There's hardly any paint left on the plate. That doesn't happen very often. But here's the first layer. And let me just take a look at this. It says inspected. Inspected by Sam. I think that's pretty cool. And it says here September 16, 2021. I think that's pretty cool. So, and the interesting thing is this print is almost dry. I don't even need to air dry it. It's almost dry. So this will lead me on to the next step where I use my reusable stencils, and I have picked a lot of circular shapes like these, and then half moon shapes. So I will play around with the composition with the Sonia Delaunay print as an inspiration. So I'm gonna take a short break and look over the stencils, and I will be right back. Okay, I've had a chance to play around with my reusable stencils, and I've arranged them in two sections. On the right I have the smaller circles or ovals, and then on the left I have a large one. So I decided to use this naphthol red light in the middle, and then this is deep magenta on top and manganese blue on the bottom. So there'll be 3 zones. Now hopefully it will create the illusion that there are more layers. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the red. And then slowly blend it into the magenta. There's a lot of advantage to these reusable stencils. It is extra work to wash them, but they do perform very well. They lay flat, they don't shift around, they don't tear. I like them a lot. Okay, I'm going to add some more lines for textural effects. Okay. And so as not to forget the important part of taking the stencils off, okay, I think I have all of them. And just to refresh your memory, here is the first pool. Okay. So as usual, just to make sure that the second layer transfers, I'm going to leave this on the plate for about 10 minutes. And then these guys go into my tub and then they get soaked. Alrighty, let's see what we got. Again, most of the paint has transferred, which is good. And I do love the contrast. Pretty cool. I like the contrast and the illusion that there are more layers because of the changing colors. So I'm going to air dry this and figure out the third layer. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back from a short break. I was able to rearrange some of my stencils on this print right side up. Now, with a suggestion from a couple of viewers, I did take a photo of this and reversed it. But I still find that it's important to have an actual size cheat sheet. So I can, let me show you. So I can kind of like shift the, kind of like I call this a map. So I can kind of shift it and adjust it the way I want. I would not be able to do that just by basing it on a small image on a phone. But I appreciate the suggestion just to make the process easier. Sometimes there is no easy way. I'm kind of old school in that respect, that I do things not necessarily because they're easy, but because they work for me. So anyways, here's my cheat sheet, and I'm going to put this aside and gather the stencils. They're kind of hard to see because they're more or less clear. Okay, it's nice and dry. Okay, so this goes like that. Okay, so now I can piece together the stencils because I have a map. Now this has more intricate parts, there's small parts, so the image is pretty complex. Okay. So now I'll just make sure that the pieces are firmly attached to the plate. Okay. And here's the piece to refresh your memory. So now I'm going to apply this is graphite. And I'm hoping that these darker colors will give a lot of contrast to the piece. Okay. Now I'm going to show you, I don't know if you can see this. This brayer hasn't been cleaned, so it has a thin coat of paint here. And there's a very grainy texture, which I'm going to make use of. And hopefully that's going to show up on the plate. So I'm going to do the graphite first. And then slowly ease my way into the black. Now the paint is fairly thick, and I'm hoping that it will create some texture. Now, this will be a challenge to retrieve the stencils because there's so many of the little pieces, but I'll do the best I can. Okay. I actually forgot to turn this on. Maybe that's better. Now another viewer who was trying to be helpful suggested that I use a very sticky tape to lift the stencils. It's not going to work in this case because the stencil is saturated with paint and it will smear all over and I will have a big mess, so that's not going to work. And I'm quite happy with my razor blade. Okay, I think I got them all. And as you can see, this is a very bold graphic statement. I do like the black because it creates a kind of a frame. It sets off all the colors. So here's the piece, and here's the third layer. I'm going to let this sit for 10 minutes while I soak my stencils so they will clean up right away. Because if I allow these guys to dry, it will be very hard to clean them. So I'll be right back. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes. And here's the exciting part. do like the contrast. It does give the print a very strong graphic presence. I think this is pretty cool. Okay. I'm very pleased with this result. The final layer of black kind of sets off all the colors, and it brings everything together. In fact, I will show you a close-up. This is a close-up of the texture. There we go. Now, it may have very little resemblance to the inspiration piece, but that's okay. I wanted this really to be an interpretation and not a copy. And what inspired me were the circular shapes and the colors, but I was able to interpret it using my own shapes and marks. So I hope you like this video. Please give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe, share this with your friends, and I hope to see you next time.